In our final segment, I ask Grant Achatz how food critics are supposed to react to Next, a restaurant that morphs into an entirely new concept every few months. Should they have to wait the usual time period to review it?
Well, I mean, Phil Littell came into Alinea the first week we were open. Frank Bruni, the critic for the New York Times, was in opening night. So I think as soon as you open the door to the public, it's green light time. My main question in regards to reviews is, one, how do they get in? Because nobody can get in right now. And two, how they remain anonymous, because they would have to come in under somebody else's reservation, which is fine. It's possible to get in without us knowing they're here, but it's more difficult than calling a restaurant and booking a name, because you don't have to give a credit card, you generally don't have to give an email. But then the other thing is, do they come every time we change? So if our first review is Paris 1906, and then we go to Thailand 1978, do they come back and rate us again as a Thai restaurant? And then they come back again when we do Sicily 1947, do they come back and re-review us as an Italian restaurant? When you have a restaurant like Alinea, or many restaurants, but you know, we change the menu quarterly or seasonally, and it's not like Jeff Ruby or Phil Littell come in every season and then re-review us in the publication. But here, I feel like they almost have to, because it's going to be such a drastic change from going from Paris 1906 to anything else that we do.
So there's been a lot of talk online and in the press about the Next ticketing system.
Right.
But now that people have started coming in and booking their dinners, what have you been hearing from people about the experience and the food and what they're taking away from it?
I mean, people are loving it, as far as I can tell. I mean, there's a lot of, it's interesting to me when you have people come in. We had a couple of local chefs come in, and they pick out their favorite dishes, and they're ones that nobody else picks out, which tells me that it's a good thing. So if somebody picks out salad Irma and says, wow, that was my favorite course, and then another person says the duck, and another person says the foie with the brioche, and it's not a bad thing. We're only a week-old restaurant. And so it's really interesting to us to take Alinea and refine it over the course of 6 years, and then have the ability to open Next at such a level of maturity that I think really speaks to the people that came over from Alinea and that are now managing both front and back. So I can tell you the opening week here at Next ran far smoother than opening week at Alinea. That much I can assure you. So that gives me a sense of calm, knowing that we've trained the staff to be good like day one.